When things go wrong, they always seem to happen at once, and they just compound on top of each other. And it's pretty easy sometimes to feel beaten when you're faced with all those issues and all those problems, and they all hit you at the same time. But let me tell you, that doesn't mean give up. In fact, it means the opposite.
Being is rife with suffering. Everyone dies. Everyone gets sick. It's brutal. It's brutal. And it's easy to turn against it. And so the idea that you're going to voluntarily accept responsibility for that, assume that it's good, or act as if it's good and try to improve it is no trivial matter.
All of us in life encounter these the end moments, these hard, stress-filled, anxiety-filled moments that unexpectedly hit us. No different from that ambush I encountered in Iraq. The difference is these are life ambushes, and you are not being hit by actual bullets or bombs that occur on the battlefield. You are being hit by the bombs and bullets of life. And the thing is that's common for all of us, when these ambushes occur, we all get stuck on a central point. In special operations lingo, we call it the X. And the X is that central point of attack. It is the point of incident. It's the point of the end moments. And for most of us, we focus on the pain. We focus on the misery. We focus on that stress. We focus on the past and what we've lost, instead of focusing on what really needs to happen.
It's time for you to fight harder, to dig in. It means it's time for you to go on the warpath. And that starts with one of the fundamental laws of combat leadership: prioritize and execute. What's the biggest problem? What's causing the most stress?
Life is full of possibilities. Don't you give up on your life. Don't you give up on your dream. There's some things that we can do, and we should do that and give it everything we have, and do that which we can do, and do that with everything in us.
Life is very hard, obviously, but we're not doing everything we could to make it better. And we're often doing things to make it worse. So even if it is suffering, which is true, we have no idea how much we could ameliorate that if we all put our efforts into it.
Oftentimes when we're in a crisis, there is no good option and outcome. It is choosing the best of the bad decisions. And so often, so many of us don't want to do what needs to be done, which is the short-term pain for the long-term gain.
If your life isn't everything you think it should be, you have to ask yourself if you're doing everything you can. Because you actually don't get to make a judgment about the structure of being until you do everything you can. And I would say that's love, essentially. That's the decision. And then truth is the best strategy with regards to that attainment.
So in the future, you look back at these struggles and you say to them, thank you. You made me better.